Hello and welcome to the Intuitive Messenger channel. I am Mitchell, your Intuitive Messenger, and this is your energy forecast and possible development for today, Wednesday, August the 13th, 2014. And as always, thank you for taking time. I just took a quick glance at my fan page, and there's 1,100 people on there. We were just under 1,000 a couple days ago, so thank you for liking that fan page. That's where I'm directing most of my stuff now. I still have Intuitive Messenger, intuitive.messenger on Facebook, but that's going to become my more personal page of people that I actually know and am in contact with, maybe in physical form or as clients, where the fan page is going to be where like all my teaching is going to be going. I'll continue to share it on both, but yes, as I grow, that will be the page. So look for facebook.com/Intuitive Mitchell. So thank you for tuning in today. I'm not going to forget the cards today, even though it was spirit driven yesterday. That's just needed to happen. However, so I had a great meditation. I'm going to share that. That's the development today. So today is 13. So what you're going to feel today is just the influence of these numbers, just like you feel the influence of your astrological sun sign and your moon sign and your rising sign and every sign, actually. Just like you feel the influence of a friend who's halfway around the world. You might do something and go, I wonder what Bob would think about this. That's the influence. And you maybe the farther away they are, the longer it's been you've seen them, the less kind of influence they might have on you. But that coworker you see every day, that spouse you see every day, they have more influence on you. And that's where a lot of this and how it works in my book, energy. It's all about energy. So number 13 is the death card. So once again, we woke up this morning, or many of us heard or saw last night, Lauren Bacall, another great star from the past and continues. Passed away. I didn't look at any of the details yet. But, here's that death card. It's about transitions. It's about endings. And 13, which is the death card, boils down to number 4, which is our emperor energy. So that's that very strong masculine king energy, leader energy, but also has feminine qualities because of the number 4, which is very earthy to me, very stable, very solid. So he knows when to, hold them and when to just chill and be relaxed. Today is also number 19, which is the sun card. Sun is just this bright, beautiful light in the sky. It's from the tower, that kind of crumbling dark kind of feeling, to the star, to the moon, to the sun, where it's the highest and brightest that we can get. It's hopeful. Actually, it's more than hopeful. It is. It's shining the light on any of the dark areas, and I use dark in quotes, where you may not be able to see, where there may be fear. And then number 19 also boils down to 10, which is that wheel of fortune, just the earth turning, moving. Lots of options ahead of you, but it also may feel overwhelming, and you're just on the wheel going around. And 10 boils down to 1, magician, that beginning energy, that I have a thought, let me move. So lots of influences from the death endings to the emperor, great leader, to the sun, bright, beautiful, future, to the wheel of fortune, the wheel card just going to the magician. I pulled the King of Swords for today on Sunday when I did the week-long spread. So that King of Swords is and can be someone influencing your life. It can be part of you, and just you might need to step into this King of Swords. Very logical, lawyer, architect, detective, economist, thinker, air sign, which would be our Libra, Gemini, Aquarians. But also it may be a time for you to step into that, get out of your heart or your creative sexual side, or out of your earthy kind of Taurusy side, and step into that, more King of Swords and move forward dynamically, speaking your truth. I put on blue today. I just grab what I feel and wear it. So the Lenormand card to go along with all this energy today, and if you're doing development, grab a pen and paper and stop the video. Lenormand for today is the Anchor card. So this card is Anchor. It is all about solid foundation. It is about, being grounded in something. And with all this stuff going on, many of you need to anchor into something and something to believe in and something to ground in. The visualization that I'm going to give you in just a moment, or the vision that I had, is kind of cool and kind of grounding. It was for me. But also, if you'll notice, this card has number 35 on it, which is number 8, which again is double 4s. It's a very solid number. And then the 9 of spades, which is 9 of swords. This is often about worry, frustration, sleeplessness. So release those things and be grounded and anchored in, what you know. I hear doggies outside, and I know Fabian's letting them out the door, so Tiffany is saying hello to everybody. So also tarot card to go along with today, and that is going to be the Ace of Wands. So, this is about new beginnings, about beginnings, and they're new. It's fiery, it's creative, it's sexual, it's spiritual in nature. This is the element fire of wands is. This is extremely phallic as well. But so as you move through this day with all this energy, allow the spiritual, creative, sexual beginnings to pop up and spurn you on through the day, and just embrace that. With that death card as kind of the overall number for the day, utilize this as the beginnings too. So all that being said, I need another sip of coffee because it's almost full. I haven't had that much. So thank you for all of you who are purchasing the 5-question spread. It's been a lot of fun for me doing it because it's really like just channeling, because y'all are asking some tough questions. So my goal when I sit down to do this video with the client is to be a clear channel and to listen and hear and feel and see, and then communicate that information onto you. And then always remember, it is vibrational. Everything I do, I set the intention that you feel it vibrationally and it changes you. Just like an earthquake may just change the landscape, it's going to change you vibrationally, just like a song may touch your heart, one without lyrics, without words, without a message, but it will change your heart somehow on the inside. So in my quiet time just a moment ago, I was just pondering over, and I try not to have any idea where I'm going, and I start just with I am, and I focus on I am, as my kind of focus point and my breathing, and I just allow it to go. But it is fun because I feel like I get to see out into the universe, into the heavens. And I just said, what is it like, for Robin Williams, for Lauren Bacall, for Maya Angelou, for your neighbor, for your friend, for your coworker, for anybody that you know that has crossed over? What is it like for them crossing over? And the image that they immediately gave me is, first of all, okay, the image they immediately gave me was you're at the wedding reception and you're waiting for the bride and the groom to show up. And they're busy taking pictures, doing human earthly stuff. And all of a sudden the doors open and the DJ says, and let me introduce to you Mr. and Mrs. And then they walk in, and you guys on the other side, those on the other side are applauding. So those at the wedding reception are like those on the other side already waiting to greet you. And it was such a beautiful image. It actually, tears came to my eyes. And just as a release. For me, when I get tears, it's usually because I'm connected to the other side. It's not usually emotional for me. It's usually like I am on the other side, outside of this body, and the tears are almost just like a release because I'm not in physical form anymore. So, when they come through that door, that's the greeting for them on the other side. And I said, well, give me some more insight into that. So it's almost like, when you're sitting in the church service and they walk down the aisle, again, the people observing are those on the other side, and they can't quite touch them. They're just floating by. And so those on the other side are watching the human stuff go on, the ceremony go on. I said, well, what is it like for the humans? Because I keep getting the image of those on the other side, viewing, waiting. And it's celebratory. I said, what is it like for the humans? And they immediately gave me all the planning that the bride and groom do for 1 month, 6 months, 9 months, depends on how far they plan out. All the hard work, the planning, the invitations, getting the ceremony ready, hiring the minister, writing the vows, all that hard work. I'm laughing because that's what the human aspect of it is, hard work in physical form. So I thought that was quite interesting how the hard work is what we're doing here as humans, but the moment the doors bust open at the reception, we get to eat cake and good food and dance. And I thought, wow, that is just such an amazing concept for me and vision of what it's like. And I did briefly say, well, what is it, for and I don't touch on this subject a lot because I stay in high vibration, and I do feel like this is more dense and low vibration. And I said, well, what is it about maybe spirits who feel earthbound and what all that is about? And they kept showing me that is very human thought, and it is often, how the person was here, what they believe, and then also what those collective around them believe. And then just trauma, fear, dense vibration. And maybe one day I'll explore that more, but that's all they showed me right now because I was staying in high vibration in just thought process. So what a beautiful image to get as many people are crossing over right now, and animals as well. I feel the animals, it's just simpler, so much more simple. And the animals come back quicker and often is what I feel as well. And I do feel humans can come back in animal form for a briefer time, if you will. So anyway, all that being said, thank you again for watching. Thank you again for listening, posting, sharing. Again, I have to check my ego, but I know that this channel is going to become something huge, and I'm getting emotional. And I have this is my journey, my mountain to get over. To not think it's ego, to not think it's this, because I know you tell me, and I appreciate feedback from everyone. But I also, years ago, I learned, take the good feedback, take the bad feedback, but don't let it define who you are. Trust yourself as you move forward. All of that becomes, because if you believe the good, you got to believe the bad. That's just a way I go. So I don't know how to say that in human words, because energetically I feel it. In other words, the good is a reflection of how you feel about it, and the bad is a reflection of how they feel about it. And it's not necessarily a reflection on me, but I know that what I'm doing is spirit-driven, spirit-led from a higher place and without ego. So as this builds and explodes, and I know within the next couple of months, somehow, some way, there's going to be a mass explosion and of likes and shares and people coming on board, and we'll be up to 10,000 very, very soon. And that's just going to be better for everybody, because that becomes sponsors, et cetera, becomes, we live in the financial world. So then we'll rely on that finances to be able to provide this and continue to provide this and better quality and more and all this kind of stuff. And then I get to travel and speak. So I'm excited, very excited. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Your energy is amazing, and it keeps mine high, and I keep this vessel pure. Have an amazing day. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.